Welcome Libra, welcome to your reading. We're going to do a love reading today. We're going to start general, see who you're connecting to in love, and then we're going to get into the details. Who is Libra connecting to in love? We have the Empress energy. Wanted to flip out. All right, Libra, we got quite a lot going on for you this week. We have the Nine of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Tower. I'm starting with the tarot cards first to see who all is involved in your love life. If there's multiple people, just you, anyone else coming through here. Right now with the Nine of Wands and the Empress energy, I'm going to take that as your energy, Libra, and I see that you are feeling a bit defensive when it comes to love. I feel that some of you have gone through a recent difficulty when it comes to romance. So the Tower tells me that there's a sudden shock or disruption to your romantic expectations. And so I don't know the details behind that just yet, but this may be a week where you're just healing from something that happened that was quite unexpected. And here we see travel with the Two of Wands. So I think for the Libras connecting in today, you guys are actually trying to travel and plan something like a vacation. You're not as focused on love, but I do see the Emperor in the background here that peeked through. So for some of you, you may be trying to get away from something or someone, get somebody off your mind. All right, I do feel that there's an energy surrounding you with that Emperor card and the High Priestess at the bottom. However, I do feel that you are standoffish a bit, keeping to yourself, reserved, trying to almost bat people away at this time. So I don't think your focus is necessarily on finding new love, and you may still be dealing with someone that you were connected to previously. So let's start pulling your general love energies. This is the Love Oracle for Libra. Let's start with you. I see here a lot of disappointment with Never Ending Story and the number 37, Libra. I think you've felt disappointed by someone. Somebody has let you down. You feel like some lesson keeps repeating in your love life. You want to focus on today. You want to forget the past. So there's a lot of emphasis here as well on just trying to move forward and move on from a difficult situation. And let's pull who you're connecting to. Let's pull their energy. I see time for a nap, the number 24. And I see mending. All right, so you're dealing with somebody. I don't know if you see the little fox here cradled in the moon, Libra. So you look like you're dealing with somebody who you feel has been, like I heard, sly dog. So I feel that you're dealing with somebody who has done something before to let you down and to upset you. And they always have this way of making it look like it wasn't their fault, or they didn't mean it, or they would never do it again. It's almost similar to an abuse cycle where they know just exactly what to say to get past your defenses and get you to trust them again. But this person has upset you and or hurt you or betrayed you in some way before. I see to the sea with the number 7. I see you trying to get far away from this person, to forget this person. I see you trying to eliminate that tug that they have on you. They have some kind of influence on you, Libra, that it's really hard to get away from this person. Somehow they draw you back in every time. They convince you. They don't seem all that bad. You feel like you need them for some reason in your life. And there's all these reasons that prop up their ability to get back in the good graces with you, I guess. Let's pull one last card for this person. I do see their intentions are to try to mend things with you, to try to fix something that's been going on in the relationship. And then Unfinished Symphony. So you see regeneration, Unfinished Symphony. I get the sense here that this is somebody who feels they can't let you go. You are their person, but then yet they keep violating your boundaries or doing something that really you've asked them not to do multiple times. And so it's hard to trust them at this time for you, Libra. I'm going to pull the Healing Oracle cards to see what the advice is here for you and this person and this situation. This one wanted to come out. Oh, look at that, boundaries. So the thing that needs to happen here, Libra, is that you need to respect your own boundaries, not only set them, but also if this person can't respect them, you need to somehow figure out how you're going to enforce your boundaries. What is the consequence? So enforcement of boundaries is about, well, when they don't do the thing they promised, when they don't respect your boundaries, and you get triggered, is it enough to just get mad and yell at this person or express your frustrations at this person if they're just going to turn around and do it again because there's no consequence, right? Or do you need to start thinking about, with this to the C card, do you need to start thinking about your well-being long-term, your mental and emotional stability long-term, and consider maybe that this person doesn't have any real intentions to really live up to those standards. They talk a big game, they say that they're going to do it, and then yet they continue to let you down with their actions. So you're being called here to assess how well you've been actually upholding your boundaries. Are there any serious consequences for this person when they don't respect your boundaries? Or are you just maybe yelling at this person, expressing frustration, but then continuing to let them back in, and to let things continue and to believe that they're not going to do it again? Maybe if it's the 10th time this has happened, it's time to question whether they deserve an 11th chance. So that's the message that came through there for you. Steps towards healing. You also get alternative. So considering other alternatives. What is the alternative? What would happen if you walked away from this person? What would happen if you didn't believe that they were going to actually do what they said because it's the 11th time, right? What is another option to approach this situation differently? How can you better uphold your boundaries and standards, even if not with this person, in the next connection that you try? Because connections and romance are about two people coming together, or more than two people, but sometimes two people or more coming together to really trust, build a happy life together, and that requires respecting each other's needs, desires, and boundaries. And so here we have transform. That reduces down to an 8. I think that the universe is telling you that it's time to take a step back to assess where your life is heading. With this transform card, it's important for you to take stock of where you're heading, where you want to head in the long term, how you want to feel, and then make sure that you're folding in people into that experience that can provide those stable moments, those happy moments for you to be able to keep progressing through your journey and growing in a healthy manner. Here we have receiving healing. So you have a lot of guidance here spiritually, a lot of support from the divine realm for you to proceed into much happier, calmer waters, again to the sea. But it has to be your choice. It has to be your doing. It has to be that you're open to that. And I think because you want to continue fixing this with this person, or hearing them out, trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, you've almost held yourself back from potential opportunities to really experience a more stable and happy life. I feel it's important to say that you don't need to just discard this person. I know that there's many of you listening that actually really have strong feelings for this person and couldn't see yourself completely discarding them, as if all those memories and all those experiences lived did not matter, right? I can hear that from some of you coming through. But in order for you to receive healing, it is important that something significantly changed. So the way that you're approaching, so even if you're not going to walk away from this person, then the way you're approaching how they behave and when they violate those boundaries of yours has to change, and then they will make a big shift and follow you in that more healthy direction of the connection, right? So not to say that you need to give up on them completely, but certainly there has to be a change in how this person is perceiving your needs, desires, and boundaries, and what they're doing about it. Appeasing you with words is no longer enough, and it's really going to stifle your growth spiritually over the long term. All right, so let's get some closing guidance for you, Libra, with regards to this situation. What is Libra's guidance? Certainly taking a break from something. You've been working a lot this week, Libra, is important. I've seen a couple cards here about taking a nap, going on a vacation. So certainly some rest is in order, some time to maybe to meditate or just have some quiet alone time is in order. This one flipped out, passion. So allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Follow your passion. That's the card that says just follow what makes you feel good. Do what makes you feel good in the moment. For some of you, you may be struggling because of religious factors to make a different choice than what you've made in the past. And it says here, it's important that you have heart-to-heart conversations. So again, for those of you who feel like you're in this relationship for the long term, you care a lot about this person, you really don't want to discard the person themselves, that's fine, but the way you're being treated, it needs to change, right? So some serious conversations have to happen here, some serious change, and not just speaking. Like, you need to start seeing this person really show you with their actions that they're willing to change and to meet your needs. All right, Libra, thank you so much for being here. Drop me a comment if you have a follow-up question that you want answered on a bonus reading, and I appreciate your time and energy, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.